Welcome to another edition of TAI Conversations with Ida Padikuor Na-Tei. TAI simply means technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. And today we are coming to you live from the SG Innovation Hub at the SG headquarters on the Ring Road. So today I have with me the CEO of the IoT Hub Africa, and his name is Joshua Opoku Agyemang. He calls himself the IoT Evangelist, and I do not doubt that because he has over 7,000 followers. So Joshua, welcome on set today.
Thank you, Ida.
Okay, so we're just going to go right into it. Tell us about yourself and what you do.
My name is Joshua Opoku Agyemang, as already said. I'm a passionate engineer. I like solving problems. And I happen to be the president for IoT Network Hub.
Okay, so you call yourself the IoT Evangelist, right?
That's right.
So what started this whole movement? What inspired this movement?
I remember 2016, we had an iWeek, Innovation Week. It's a program Kofi Annan usually organizes every year, Kofi Annan ICT Center. So during that event, there was a session on IoT. During that session, the moderator or the facilitator built some small illustration of IoT as part of the program. So the project was simple. He programmed Arduino with smoke sensor. He asked us to light some pieces of papers on fire. Then the sensor was able to collect this data and then projected it on the screen.
Wow.
It was amazing seeing this for the first time, that a small device can tell that what is happening in the room and then send them to the screen. And he made mention this can be viewed from everywhere in the world. So that concept and that demonstration is what started the whole IoT movement.
Okay, so I know you have over 7,000 stakeholders. I don't know which categories they are in, but I know you have over 7,000 people in your network or in your hub. Now tell us about these stakeholders and what constitutes these 7,000 people.
All right, so the IoT Network Hub, it's a community of tech enthusiasts, innovators, engineers, developers across the continent. We started here in Ghana in 2016. And over the past years of operation, our purpose has been exploring emerging technologies. So with emerging technologies, we're looking at the IoT or Internet of Things, the artificial intelligence, robotics, 3D printing, blockchain, cybersecurity, VR, AR, you name them, exactly. You see, so as a community, our focus was to understand these technologies and then use them to build solutions to solve Africans' problem. Okay. So started our journey with a membership of 4.
Wow. Including yourself?
Yeah, our first meetup, including myself, my vice president, and other 2 friends that we had. We started this journey, and over the past 5 years now, I've been able to grow into a membership of over 7,000. I'm very sure we are more than 7,000. I always say 7,000 because we have close to 80 WhatsApp groups, and each group can take 250 maximum. Yeah. So we started first in Accra, Ghana. Build the Accra chapter. Accra chapter alone, we have 13 WhatsApp groups. Wow. And then whenever we have our meetups, that has been, I think, the thing that had really taken the community far. Every month we've been meeting on the last Saturday of the month for the past 5 years, consistently. And then people across all the regions come. We have members coming from Kofodia, Kumasi, Ho. So whenever they come to see what is happening here, the question they keep asking is, Josh, when are we taking it to Kumasi? When are we taking it to Sunyai? When are we taking it to Ho? So that sort of question kept coming over and over. So that's how come we're able to spread to the other regions. Okay,
so I know you're in other countries in Africa. So
that's right.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So the same thing that happened from Accra to Kumasi, then people started seeing our activities over the internet, on social media. You know, like, we want to have this in our country. So it started Kenya first. So Kenya came on board on 2018 when they saw what we were doing here with our projects. So they were so interested to have such a movement happen in Kenya. Then Gambia came on board, Nigeria came on board, Zambia, and then the rest. So
you have representatives in all these countries?
And not just representatives. We have the representative and we have the community. And this all are on WhatsApp. We have WhatsApp group for all these countries, of which we are all managing them. As such, regions, as in all the 16 regions in Ghana, and then the 10 African countries, we also have campus. So most of the universities in our country, we have chapters for them with members also there. So that's the way we've been able to build a community and grow exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so tell us about some of the projects you've worked on. You already mentioned some of the areas like AI, cybersecurity, and all those things. So tell us some of the projects that you have worked on as a community.
That's right. So our operation for the past 5 years, our first project we picked when we started was trying to understand the IoT ecosystem and technology. So we understood that IoT, as we know, it wasn't just about building the hardware, but it's an ecosystem. You need the developer communities because there's a development part of it. We need a hardware part. You need the cyber security to protect the devices from cyber attacks. We need the UI to design the user interface and all the rest. So bringing the community together, we were able to start our first project, which was a smart home. This smart home project was inspired by Doomsaw. A situation we faced years back. Okay, so just for those who don't know what Doomsaw is just a situation where you have blackouts. Like there's no electricity supply in your country. It became so severe that nationwide we were experiencing that. And it was very consistent. That's right. So the thought, I would say that would be our first pandemic as a country. So we thought if we could do something around it, and the thought that came in mind was that the light comes, but then the shadows at which it comes is what we're not able to have the information. So for instance, I wake up in the morning as a developer entrepreneur, I go to the office, I have light home, but I don't have light in the office. I will never know, hoping that light will come. Then you spend the whole day in the office, and then you come back home expecting to have light again, light will be on. So we thought if we could build a device that can be placed in the house or offices, and at any point in time we can know whether there's light or not. It will help us plan and adjust. Exactly. So that's what gave birth to the system, and we'll be able to build from there to the stage where we can control our homes. We can monitor our home, so you can be able to control appliances and utilities in the house, the usage of appliances. So when you say you're controlling them remotely, that is on your phone or laptop, or what exactly? With an app on your phone, which the demonstration will show everything. We have it here. So with the app on the phone, you're able to control your appliances like your lights, your AC, your fridge, your TV, and any other appliance you have in the house. Apart from controlling, you can monitor their energy consumption. So at the end of the month, you know how much current each of these appliances have consumed. And you also be able to control them from wherever you are. Control here means at any point in time, you know the state of your appliances. So for instance, maybe you're in a hurry, you were late to work or to office, so you forgot to turn off the iron after you finish. Even though you've regulated it and you lower it, it probably might be on. So when you pick your phone, you're able to know all the appliances that are on, and with the tap of a button, you're able to turn them off. So that has been one of the projects we've been working on for the past years. When COVID hit last year, around March 2020, we put up a new initiative called Hack Coronavirus. So with Hack Coronavirus, the whole idea was we have 7,000 membership. Now we have an African-wide or worldwide issue, pandemic to deal with. What can we do with the 7,000 membership? So we set up this initiative, and then we were able to get volunteers from the community who at that time were all under lockdown to volunteer to help us research. And through our research, we came up with a number of innovations, and the first was a reusable face shield. So we're able to use a reusable face shield. We're able to use a 3D printer to print bases, of which we're able to source plastic sheets from our local market, the one we mostly use in the book binding, the transparent one, and we're able to build a face shield, which also a demo will be made to you all. And the second one was the nose masks. When nose masks came earlier, it was difficult to get them because harbor and ports were closed under lockdown, and you couldn't import nose masks, and we haven't started local development because it was too early. So we saw that from the research, those who had it, they always have to dispose it every time they use it. So we designed one and then printed it. It was 3D printed. The only thing you change is the filter. So it makes you be able to use it for a period of time without buying nose masks over and over again. Then the probably other one happens to be the Touchless washing bucket or the Smart Veronica bucket. When COVID also got serious in Ghana, we saw the rise of Veronica bucket in every corner. So on the streets, in the banks, in front of most of the offices, you see this bucket there. But then we noticed that you have to open it, wash your hand, and then when you finish, you close it.
Yes.
And according to our research, we learned that the virus could stay on surfaces for long through fluid. So we saw that could also be a medium of which the virus will be spreading, because if someone is affected and then touches it and it leaves some infection on the tap, and we all don't know, and we keep touching it, wash our hands, clean it, and then touch it back again, it could be a medium. So that's how come we came up with this, the touchless one. And the mode of it work is simple. It has sensors installed in the tap. Once you put your hands beneath the tap, it flows. The water flows. Okay. Once you take off your hands, it cuts. So while it's flowing, it flows for 20 seconds, and once you take off your hand, it cuts. So these are some of the innovations that we came up with, of which help to fight COVID in Africa.
So he spoke about a lot of projects that he's working on. Very soon we'll be looking at a demo of some of his projects. But I would like to know what's new with the IoT Hub. What should we expect that is upcoming in you?
So the lesson we've learned from COVID, despite the challenges, is that all these innovations I mentioned, we didn't expect them to go that far. But fortunately, by the grace or by whichever ways it happened, Forbes featured us with this invention in their 100 icons and innovations and inventions from Africa. So IoT Network Hub with Noguchi were the two organization initiatives that was featured in the magazine. The United Nations Development Program also featured us in the top 50 innovators from Africa fighting COVID. Wow. So this featuring to me has given me hope that even though we might think what we're doing wasn't that much relevant, it has a higher impact beyond what we just saw. So going forward, we're setting up a number of project teams, and then the focus mostly are going to be on agri-tech. Now we know we need to provide more food to feed the world in the next 20 years. So we're going to focus much into innovations, IoT in agriculture. We're also going to look at transportation. Now, road accidents has become something so serious that the mortality rate is very, very serious. So we're looking at how best to be able to build solutions around, because we noticed that before a car gets accident, there's a lot that happen. It doesn't get accidents right there. It's a development process that leads to there. So if we be able to understand what is happening and predict and even warn drivers or passengers before it happens, it goes to help save. And it's possible with IoT and AI. So these are some of the new fields we want to look into. And then the final will be health. So how best we can be able to build
transportation and health.
These are the three main sectors we're looking at building innovative solutions with the community in the years ahead.
Okay, so I would like to know, someone watching may want to join your team, may want to be part of this network. How often do you meet? Where do you meet? How can they join?
We usually be meeting at Kofiana ICT Center, Ridge, opposite the back entrance of the Parliament House. But due to COVID and then the protocols observed, our number had grown that, to be honest, we won't be able to observe all the protocol because you can't decide who should come and who shouldn't. So for that reason, we've moved online, Zoomed. So last 2 weeks, we had our Zoom meetup. And then every last Saturday of the month, we do have our Zoom meetup. Our community are open. You can join free on WhatsApp, on Telegram, on Facebook. On Telegram is IoT Network Hub. On WhatsApp is 054 888 998, 054 888 9998. Once you send an invitation message or a hi to that number, an invite will be sent to you to join the community. You can also follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, or on the social media, or go to Google, search for IoT Network Hub. Whichever link comes, you read and then you join.
All right, thank you. So we are going to see a demo from Joshua. Joshua is going to take us through some of his projects, and we'll be right back.
These are some of the IoT projects we've been working on over the past years. What we have here is a smart home, and this is a face shield, and this is a touchless washing bucket. So we start off with a smart system or smart solution. This smart home system, we started way back in 2016. When we started the community earlier, there was a need to experiment some of these technologies and what we can do with them. So that was the moment where we had Doomsaw. So Doomsaw happens to be one of the critical challenges we wanted to see how best IoT can help address issue around Doomsaw. We noticed that whenever the light goes off in the office, we'll have to spend the whole day waiting for light to come back. What if light could also be in the house, or whilst we are home, there's light in the office? So we thought of building a device that can be able to tell us when there's light and when there's no light. And that's what leads to this solution. This system here is an upgrade of what we thought earlier. We couldn't even know we could even go beyond that. So what we have here is a system that allows you to control every appliances in your home from wherever you are in the world. This system can also tell you our initial problem we're trying to solve, try to know whether there's light in the house or not, but then we'll be able to improve upon it over the past years and be able to build it in such a way that you can use it to control your fan, your lights, your TV, your AC, and any other appliances in the house. Apart from controlling, it's also able to tell you the state of all your appliances at any point in time. So on the app on your phone, you get to know all the appliances that are on, and with the touch of a button, you're able to control it or turn them on and off from wherever you are. This is one of the biggest projects we've been pursuing over the past years. Apart from controlling, you're able to get data. Data here means information on your energy consumption per every appliances or utility in the house. So you can know how much your electricity consume, your light consume. You can know how much your fridge consume, your AC, and any other appliance you have in the house. Without talking much, I just want to do a demo. So over here is a setup connected to this device. This is the IoT device you see over there, and this device is wired to this bulb, which means in your home it can be wired to your TV, to your fridge, to your AC, or any other appliances. With the touch of a button from wherever I am, I'm able to control this light and bring it on. The same way wherever I find myself, I'll be able to turn it off with a button. Now, on the app, whenever the lights goes off, you see the black label over there. Yes, there's a button here, there's a label there, and there's the power, voltage, and the current consumption. So on the top of a button here, our light comes on, and you can do this from wherever you are in the world. So if you even travel or you work for a program, and then you need to turn on your outside light in the evening because you're late to get home, you can pick your app, tap on a button, a light to go off, tap on a button, a light to come on. So this is one of the amazing projects we've been working on over the past years. And then the next phase of this project is to bring this device in every home in Ghana. We are also working on building AI models that will be able to predict our consumptions and help us save so much energy in the house, which will also go a long way to help us save so much money. So imagine you forgot to turn off your lights the whole day, or even traveled and forgot to turn them all off, because for security reasons you have to turn them all on. Wasting this energy could be saved with a small device that we built, which is very smart, and you can be able to do this from wherever you are in the world. So this happens to be one of our first projects, and it's applicable in the home, in the offices, factories, wherever you find yourself that there's a need for human to control any appliances or monitor consumption of any appliance or utility. This solution solves that. All right. Our next solution will be in line with the face showed. Another thing I forgot to chip in. Now, when COVID came, touching surfaces and in public spaces were being adhered. So with this, you don't need to touch any public switch. In your office, you don't need to turn on the AC by using a switch. You can have an app on your phone. All the staff, you can have it and be able to control them. This is one of the projects we came up with during COVID season. Last year, around March, when COVID hit Ghana, we thought of putting up a team. So we came up with a number of initiatives, and one of them is a face shield. We were the first in the country to design face shield, and this was designed and printed using a 3D printer. As you can see here, this plastics was printed here in Ghana, and these are normal transparent sheets on the market. We were able to come out with a face shield, and this is a plastic band or the rubber band. On my extreme end is also the touchless washing buckets. I'm going to do a demonstration on how it works. The concept was simple. So when COVID came back again in 2020 March, there was a high rise and patronize of the Veronica bucket, which became a trend. What we noticed about the Veronica buckets, per our research as a team, we noticed that whenever you wash your hand, you need to open the tap, wash it, and when you are done washing your hands, washing all the infection away, you have to touch it back again. So we noticed that even though this intervention was great and was helping a lot, it also could be a medium of which infection could spread. So assuming or imagine a victim touches the tap, leaves some fluid on it, and then others come to also touch it and wash it. After they washing their hand, they also touch it again. So these are all mediums that we thought could also be means of spreading the virus. So we came up with a touchless version. You don't have to touch it. You just have to put your hands beneath it. There's a sensor beneath it. Once it senses your hand, it flows. This is portable. It also can be installed into all existing Veronica buckets or normal buckets. The beauty about it is that you can take it wherever you want, to the office, to the workplace, even to the marketplace. You can take it, and it's being powered by a 9-volt battery. You don't need electricity. You don't need any huge power voltage to be able to do it. That was one of the innovations we brought up during COVID season. So the Veronica bucket I mentioned is being powered by this battery, and it could last for so long. We just have to move straight to the presentation of it. So you have your basin, and then we have our buckets with the water over here, over there. Now I have to connect my battery. I have the connector is behind over here. So once there's connection, means there's power. So at the sense, you see the water just flow. So you get to wash your hands without touching anything. It's portable, and when you wash for 20 seconds, according to WHO protocols, the water just ceases from flowing. So that's basically our smart Veronica device, and you can wash your hands, clean your hand without touching anything. So this is one of the greatest innovations we were able to do during the COVID season, and this was a team effort. As I mentioned earlier, we have over 7,000 membership in our community, and our community comprises of innovators, engineers, developers across the continent, and our purpose to use these technologies that are coming up in our world to solve problems. And this basic innovation can go a very long way to save a lot of lives. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So this solution is going to be available for every household, offices to be used. And as I mentioned earlier, it's not tied to only this particular bucket. The technology can be fixed in every bucket. This is our first prototype. We're working on making it so simple that everybody can just plug in and play to any container with water and be able to automate the flow of water.
Okay, thank you so much, Joshua. That was a wonderful presentation, and I saw what you did is amazing, the kind of work that you're doing in Africa. And we are seeing all these innovators and African heroes, I call them, rise up. So your last words to anyone who is actually watching us today, who is inspired by your work, what would you tell, like maybe someone like you or someone who's younger or even older that is looking up to you?
So for me, I think usually when I have to leave my final words, it becomes so difficult, but I'm going to try.
Please try.
If you look at where the world is going, so we're looking at the future of work, the future of jobs, the future of skills. It has really shifted completely, and we can all attest to the fact that COVID-19 has proven that technology is really running our life. So when COVID hits, all of a sudden we have to go to church online, schools online, shopping online, due to the challenges we're going through. Yeah. So that's how powerful technology has gone. But it took COVID for Africa or Ghana to see the power of technology and the beauty of it. In the next 10 years, or 5 to 10 years, it has been reported that we're going to have 85 million job loss globally. And then we're going to have 97 million new jobs created. And these new jobs are in the new fields or new industries of which we might not have the skills. So if you're watching me and you're a young or a youth, or even if you're adult, you have to reskill. Reskilling here means that you need to learn new skills in order to stay relevant in the future. If you're a youth, academia or classroom education will not be enough. You have to either take online courses on the future of skills. So the skills that the world is looking at today, I'm looking at analytical thinking, problem solving, creative thinking, teamwork, collaboration. These skills are skills that we call them soft skills.
Okay.
Now these soft skills are the one running the world now. Okay. The reason being,
are you saying that because of the rise of AI and
that was what I was going to say.
Okay.
So machines are going to do most of the boring works that we used to do.
Okay.
And they're doing better. No leave, no holiday, no complaint, 24/7, no emotions. So when you put the machine to work, it's always effective and efficient at a particular task. So it means human will have to do the type of jobs, the kind of jobs machines won't be able to do easily. So that's what I encourage every young one to do, to learn beyond classroom, and join IoT Network Hub and learn for free.
All right, thank you so much, Joshua. Thank you all for joining me today. It's been exciting talking to Joshua Opoku Agyemang, and I'm going to see you on our next episode. See you later. Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.